Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody had a good weekend. So, um, looking at the market, it kind of looked like it stayed like in a steady position the whole day. Didn't move much. We opened up at what at 45.75. The lowest was 45.68, and the highest, so it's like a 30 point on ES. So it didn't do much of a of a like like a like a push. It looked like it consolidated most of the time. It didn't look like it did much. Um, but let's dive right into it. I've been talking about this resistance we had at 45.90 20 s. For some, it hasn't been breaking. It hasn't been breaking that resistance level. So you see how we have resistance right here. Came, rejected it. We came, rejected. We came back down, started going back up, and then we rejected again. Then we came right here, created a new demand, came up, and we rejected again. So that it's been strong resistance at 45.92. That's key level. So if it can break through that, we can see 46.05 easily. You know, but it has strong resistance. I would say. So let's take a look at it. Um, we can see the opening, how we had like we had a big drop down. You could say this is a supply zone on the 5 minute. I don't mark 5 minute supply zones, but if you wanted to, you could. This would be a good supply zone. You know, this would be a good supply zone. And you see how we rallied up, we base, and then we drop. We had that drop. We had that aggressive drop, and then we had that aggressive follow through. So you could have marked this as a good supply zone. 5 minute, not bad. You could have scalped it. You see how if you would have marked that zone out, you see how we got rejected. It didn't do much with rejections. Let me take this out. I'll talk to you guys more about this Fibonacci I've been using. Well, I started using. I haven't been using. I just started actually today. But you see how this is why I don't use 5 minutes myself as a supply zone, because you see how it rallied right past it. Like once it breaks it, I would delete the supply zone. But yeah, so it kind of like did rejections, and then it popped, and then it just came back down. So we had new support right here around 45.79. You could have marked this as a good support, trying to make it go back up. But another tool that I use is Fibonacci. It's the Fibonacci tool. So you get the lowest point of the day, and you get the highest point of the day of the wick. And I use the 61.8 and the 50.0 Fibonacci lines. So basically, it just lets me know, like, when price comes around this range, I would try to look for support, which it kind of did actually. You see how we had good support right here. You could have gone in and you could have scalped it to resistance. You see how you could have, if you missed this entrance, you could have waited for a pullback, came here, could have gone in, set your stop loss a little bit below the support level. I say like around your 50.0 Fibonacci tool, and you could have hold for calls, saying that you're betting the market's gonna go up. So yeah, you could have rallied, could have had a decent amount of money, and you would have won a soul when it got rejected again on this 45.92 level. Like I said, it's been acting as hard resistance. Um, yeah, so you see how it just kind of went up, consolidated, it tested that resistance level, and then it just shot back down. And then you see, look, it came right back down to my Fibonacci area retracement, which was at 61.8. You could have taken a long play. Not really. I wouldn't really would it. There was no confirmation that there were buyers there at present. But it looked like it was holding that 61.8 area, so you could have gone in and set your stop loss tight. But yeah. Other than that Fibonacci tool is a good tool to use. I see, like, you get the lowest point and you get the highest point if you want to look for like a pullback to play longs, and then vice versa. If you're looking for short, you would get the highest point of the wick and go all the way down, and go on the lowest point. And you see how it kind of like makes you it marks your resistance lines, you could say. But it kind of like broke through a little bit. You see, like during pre-market, I was really just trying to go back down. Like I said, I'm not a short short person. I'm more of a long term person myself. And then I marked this 5 minute buyers. I mark it as 5 minutes because I don't, like I said, I don't mark these 5 minute zones. But when it's like a big move like this, I would mark them. But I wouldn't, would get more confirmation than just a 5 minute demand or supply zone. So I kind of marked this level, waiting to see, if buyers for the price to see how it's gonna act around that price range. So yeah, it's kind of stay steady, like I said, the whole day. Got this Fibonacci area. It hasn't gotten broken, so my guess is, like I said, I just started using it. Um, so we'll see if it breaks. Do I delete it or no? I have to follow up more on that. But you can see like we made support around this area, and then it got rejected, and then it just broke through it, and then the Fibonacci acted as support level, and it retraced back up. So we'll see how ES plays out. Like I said, it has strong resistance at 45.92. If it breaks 45.92, like I said, we could see 46.05 easily. 46. It could test the new highs again, which yeah, it would. So if we break this key area, this is a key level to break for the bulls. Well, we will be testing 46. We'll be testing the high for ES, and the opposite. If we see bears coming through, we could see if it breaks the what's the port? Yeah, if it breaks that demand, that 5 minute demand zone I marked it because you see how we rallied down, and then we based, and then we had a rally up. So we had the basing candle, a good push towards the upside, and then we had that follow through. So I would mark this as a demand zone. So if it breaks through this demand zone, we could see 40, yeah, we could see 45.68. If it breaks 45.68, it would definitely hit my 90 minute demand zone I have marked out. So I'm hoping see how it plays out. Like I said, it hasn't gotten tested before, so we could see how buyers are aggressive when it reaches my zone. Let's take a look at NQ. NQ the same way. Like I said, NQ SPY, NES is the same. See it open. It tested my 15 minute demand zone. You see how literally price dropped immediately. If you guys want to check it out, you see how we have my basing that drop and that follow through. So it tested it right at opening of the market today. Yeah, tested it, and yeah, that was a big push to the side. If you could have gone in, you could have gone in around right here and set your stop loss above this wick. See how it got rejected multiple times. So then it just took a shot straight down. So and then you see how I marked this a 5 minute supply because it was literally an aggressive move towards the downside. So I marked my 5 minute supply, letting me know hey, watch out, watch out for trying to play longs around this area. So we came back up. Let me delete this Fibonacci. We came back up. You see, it's a good reason to mark these zones. See how it got rejected? Boom. Could have shorted right there if you want. Set your stop loss above the wick. Came back up, tested it, got rejected again. And we just consolidated throughout this mid range. You see, again, my 5 minute and my 15 minute supply zones. You see how it came in, got rejected immediately again. So yeah, it's interesting to see NQ actually, because NQ, yeah, it got rejected multiple times on my 5 minute and 15 minute supply zone. So you could have took it some shorts. You could have scalped it, got in, got out. But I got also, you see how it didn't test my 5 minute demand zone. I have that marked out as well. Yes, I do, because you see how we have an aggressive move towards the upside. We have that basing aggressive move, and then we have that follow through. So I'm trying to see. Like I said, I don't chart on the 5 minute, but I actually did it on this one since we saw aggressive buyers. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how how it can hold this level. This like I said, I'm put buyers. Lets me know that it's not a safe, like it's not a certain zone, but I'm just keeping an eye on it. And as well, like I marked the Fibonacci as well. You could have marked your Fibonacci. Could have took the lowest point of the day and then the highest. Oh. And you see, you would have had like good support right here. You see how it kind of like got rejected off my 50.0 retracement line. Came in. It actually broke through it, and then 61.8 acted as support, came back. But you see how it kind of just consolidated around here throughout the whole day. So it was pretty much on a tight range. So it was pretty much of a scalping day, to be honest. I mean, for you to hold this long, it wouldn't be a good sign. So yeah, if you wanted to play on the Fibonacci, if you wanted to play some long, you could have gone in on like when it closed around here, set your stop loss below this wick and just ride it up. But yeah, it wasn't much. It wasn't much. Bears and Bulls were fighting it over today. So we'll see. Tomorrow will be interesting. Tomorrow we have Google earnings, if I'm not mistaken. So after market hours. So we'll see how the market reacts. But before the market, this could go either way actually. If this breaks this 15-minute demand zone, let's go on the 4 hour. Oh, sorry. Yep, let's go on the 4 hour. If it breaks that 15-minute demand zone, oof, we could easily see NQ coming to 15692 area, which I have some 30-minute sellers there. I got like the supply zone. See how it's been acting as resistance here the whole time. It's been getting rejected off this 15-minute supply zone. Yeah. So yeah, so if it breaks through that, we could see 15692 easily. Or if it doesn't, if those 5-minute buyers get that demand zone gets rejected, we could see NQ coming to my 45-minute demand zone. Just because I don't see no support nowhere else. So other than that next demand zone I have written out, yeah. See. So it's interesting how the market will play tomorrow. See, if it breaks through this resistance or it breaks through that support. We'll see how it plays out, guys. Like I said, it pretty much didn't do nothing with it. Like I said, this Fibonacci tool is a good tool to use. It's not a bad tool. But yeah, the ones I use is the 50.0 and the 61.8. It looks like they've been working well for me recently. So yeah, it's not bad. It marks out your zones automatically. I have it as different color, just lets me know it's my Fibonacci. And like you see how I marked my 5-minute supply, I marked it as purple and lets me know it's another like demand zone inside my 15-minute demand zone. So yeah, you see how when you mark these type of stuff, like it gives you a good visual of what you're looking for. So you always want to be cautious about that. Other than that, yeah, guys. So yeah, see, NQ got rejected multiple times. So it's interesting to see how it plays out tomorrow. Will it break or will it break support or will it break resistance? We'll see. We'll see how NQ and ES reacts tomorrow towards each other. Like I said, yeah, it has strong supplies on here, so we'll see how that plays out, guys. Other than that, I think that's it for today, guys. Be careful trading this week. We have Google earnings tomorrow, and then we have it's Google and I think it's Microsoft or Facebook. So be careful. And we have Amazon. No, Amazon is next week. We have I think Apple is this week. I have to do some more research. So be careful trading this week. We have earnings, like I said. Yeah, guys. Other than that, I'll leave it up to you guys. All right. Peace.